We know for a fact that in our business over the last 20 years, and you will agree with me when I say that our greatest enemy in this kind of business is attrition. People come and go. If you're not consistent with whatever you're doing, if you're not consistent with sponsoring people, attending trainings, using the products, sharing the business opportunity, talking to more people, you will wake up one day losing your team. So take note of that. Now, there are things that we need to understand first. In our business, we have to work hard. All of you agree with me when I say that we should be hardworking if we want to achieve our goals. But over the years, I learned that it's not only working hard, but you should work smart, because forever is about leveraging. You cannot rely on your talent alone. You cannot rely on both your hands alone, because if you are too good and you are very difficult to be duplicated or replicated, people or your team will always rely on you, so that if you are not there, they will not also do the business. So forever is about leveraging. That is one thing. You have to learn how to multiply your time to others. And the best way to do that is working smart. Working smart simply means not all people who join your business are destined to be your business builders or your key people. They have their own goals, and you cannot force them to become business builder if they just love the products. So there are three major leader of people in your team. You must understand that there are people who just love the product. They are users. So talk to them about the products. Share with them the uses and application of the products. Share the testimonies of other people who use the products. They are users. Second, the resellers or the retailers. They love selling products, buy and sell. Buy at wholesale, sell at retail. So that's their gauge of success. And the third one, which is a little bit tough to look for, are the business builders, the key people who will find time to attend seminars, trainings, and who have big goals and they want to achieve it through forever. So you should invest at least about 70 to 8% of your time with your key leaders, with your business people. So I always follow what one of my mentors taught me many years ago. My virtual mentor, Zig Ziglar. He would always tell us, you help more than enough people get what you want in life, and you will also get what you want in life, which means you help your downlines, especially your success line, your first generation lines become successful. Guess what? You will also be successful. So having said that, to keep your leaders, to keep your key people, once you have identified them, number one, in my first slide is you need to be an inspiration to them. You have to inspire them by being a good role model. And I heard this from Desmond, Brother Desmond. You should lead by example, be a servant leader, and share your success story, not to brag about it, but for people to be inspired. Now, for me, setting an example or a good role model is just like in these trying times when we are faced with pandemic. There are two things that you can do, two options. Either you make an excuse to say, I'll just stay home, I won't do nothing, and wait for the COVID-19 pandemic to be over. Or looking at the positive side of it, you ask yourself, what can I do to be productive to grow my business under these trying times? So a good role model for me in this situation is for you to learn to do the business of forever online. Believe me, that is one of the most challenging decisions I've made with Lonnie, because we have been in the business for a long time. We're used to offline, and yet we ask ourselves, look, for our leaders or for our downlines, for our success lines to follow us, we need to be a good example. So what did we do? We learned, or we sat down, invested time to learn about business online. So this is my message to all of you. Look at pandemic as something that you can you can make use of your time by sitting down at the comforts of your home and learning the business online, right? And then be a servant leader. You must serve your downline. Do not act like a boss. Look, people who wants to join the business wants to have time freedom, financial freedom. They don't want to have a boss, which means that you should be there to help them, to guide them, be a servant leader, and of course, always share a success story so that they will know the result in advance. So that when they say, what is in store for me if I do the business of forever, then show them the result in advance. And that's what we always do. That always works because they're inspired, and they will always say, if we can do it, you can also do it. So that's the first slide. Now let's go to the next slide. The next slide is, let's see. And it's encourage. Be an encourager. Always encourage your leaders in whatever way they need it. Give them the permission to contact you with questions or challenges they are facing. Be a fire lighter rather than a firefighter, right? So to encourage your leaders in whatever way they need, especially in these trying times. It's COVID-19, so how can I get in touch with my leaders, with my team? Believe me when I say that you have to, in your life, you have to, adapt to the changing of times. COVID-19, your movement is limited. Make use of the internet. Get in touch with them. Don't just ask them about their business. Encourage them to do the business. Teach them as a leader how they can continue to grow their business even when you're faced with this pandemic. So always allow the open line of communication, not necessarily 24/7, but give them time. In our group, in our team, we always give schedules to our team when we can set goal, when we can give them encouragement that there's still a way that we can do something about it. And this is the best time for us, to reach out to as many people, especially to our customers, because they need our products, particularly aloe vera gel, absorbency, garlic thyme, forever daily, to name a few. Okay? And always make sure. Now, people would love to be with you if you encourage them, if you are a fire lighter. Now, firefighters are those who put off your dreams and say, okay, forget about doing the business now, just relax, stay home, be safe, don't do anything, watch Netflix. And guess what? When you wake up, when everything is normal, they will lose their interest in doing the business. So you are the key fire burning among us, a leader. Be a fire lighter, not a firefighter. Let's go to the next slide, please. Praise. Now, this is very important. For me, praising or recognition is very important. Be generous in recognizing and giving praises whenever one achieves something important in building his business. It creates a huge impact in keeping your leaders motivated. Now, you must remember that there are 4 basic things that human beings need to satisfy in their lifetime. Number 1 is to love and be loved, to be recognized, and to have variety. And recognition is important because that is something that will fire them up. That's why we always align with leaders who adapt this. Again, my friend for a long time, Desmond, who has a program with his team where they recognize 5cc qualifiers, 25cc qualifiers, Forever to Drive, Eagle Manager, James Bonus qualifiers, and that is exactly what we do. Even in our team, once a person qualifies for 2 case credits or assistant supervisor, we welcome them like they're already managers with excitement. We tell them the importance of start building your team. You can open your online business or your retail store online and you will have our full support. So recognition is very important. Even the minutest thing that they do to grow their business, recognition is important. But I pay particular attention in the achievement of the 2CC AS that will start them to build their team, the 5CC habit, which we call a dynamic business building discipline, and of course 25CC that will make you supervisor, and so on and so forth. So it will really impact their life, and they will feel very important as they are recognized, because in a 40-year plan, which is when you're an employee, you are just one of the thousands of faceless employees working for your boss, and recognition is very, very minimal. You know, sometimes, well, if you do something good, they will never remember. But just commit one single mistake and they will never forget. So recognition is very important, because that's one thing that most people lack. That's why they live a normal and sometimes mediocre life. Don't forget to praise the people that's important in your team. And these are your business partners or your key people in the business. And those who you think are potential key people, especially those who took the leap of achieving assistant supervisor, because you know they are serious, not only as users of the products, but also a potential to train them to become one of your key people soon. Okay, my last slide would be, let's go to the next slide. You must give personal time and attention, especially to your key people, your success line. The biggest motivation, as we learned this over 20 years, is to give quality time with your leaders. Now, giving quality time, again, it is very challenging. Well, COVID-19 pandemic, you know, you will always say, if you belong to the old school, you will say, no, how can I give quality time when we maintain social or physical distancing? Come on, adapt to the changing of times. You can invest quality time with your leaders online. In fact, yesterday, we ended up our last meeting with one of our leaders at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's how we are committed and focused with making sure that they feel important and they feel that we care for them as we give them quality time. We find a way to give them quality time with the use of the very convenient online way of meeting. It gives them a feeling of importance and belonging. Establish a covenant relationship with your leaders. So now, COVID, no problem. Learn about online. Even if you don't have a mentor, all you have to do is Google about how to make use of online, the Zoom, the WhatsApp, and all. And of course, I vividly remember what the top leader in Singapore said, Anjima. He talked about the spirit and culture, especially about Rex. Rex, one whom I consider as the most generous person on earth. You know, the spirit and culture of Forever is the spirit of helping people, paying forward, and it's about love and family. No, Forever is family, and that is what we have been applying. That's why in over 20 years we have maintained our key people. We don't treat them as just what they call downlines, business partners, or someone that you can get. We treat them as family, brothers, sisters. That is how you develop it. When you establish a covenant relationship, it is just like written in stone. Oh, it's not just like our downlines, our people that we have been with for a long time, like our beloved Vice President CG, for over 20 years. We're not only doing the business, you know, we play golf together whenever we have the time. We talk about our family. It's about family. So you want to retain your team, you want to maintain these key people, make them feel important, make them feel like they belong, because Forever is not about case credits, it's not about incentives only, it is about family. And I guess that is our biggest secret that I'm sharing with you. That's why we remain to be here in Forever on top of the ladder, because we embrace the spirit and culture that Rexmond taught us for many years since we joined.